Ladies, I'm so happy that you're here. And I wanted to talk about weight loss. And we're almost all on here for weight loss, except for Pam. Pam is gaining weight. Pam used to be here for weight loss. Now Pam is here for muscle building, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I kind of feel like I had to get that 7 or 8 pounds off to see what I had to work with, because, I have a different issue with muscle being destroyed. So now I kind of know where my areas are that are lacking. So it just helped getting the fat off to see that. So.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to teach more about this because I'm going to put up a picture in the group, actually, when we get off, of me 20 pounds ago in a pair of shorts and me now weighing 20 more pounds. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think this, Pam, will help you a lot because, sorry, my hair is crazy. I didn't really fix it yet today, but I think this is going to help all of us because here's the thing. We're going to talk about losing weight today, but all of us women always seem to talk about, I got to lose weight. I got to lose weight. I mean, chronically, my whole life as an adult, and even as a teenager, I got to lose weight. And in the 80s, embracing having curves was not cool. In the 80s, it was like, oh my God, did you see how big her butt is? Now it's like, oh my God, did you see how big her butt is? And they think it's amazing. And I'm like, in the 80s, we would have said, oh no, I am not going to look like that, flat and thin. I want to look like a stick. Mm-hmm. And we still wouldn't be skinny enough right back in the 80s, right? That's just how the look was. It was different. So now, for one, me embracing curves, and I have them right now, me embracing them is very hard on myself because I have the mindset of I need to be as small as I can get, and I like being small. So I like even seeing myself small and all of those things. So, but let's talk about this because we can't be afraid of gaining weight. And that is why I am going to show you pictures, because after you lose weight, the last thing you want, and you work so hard, and all of you are working very hard, the last thing you're going to hear from me, and this has happened many times with clients, they get to their goal and I'm saying, great job, you got to your goal. How do you feel about your body? Well, there's still some things I would improve. So I probably need to stay on a diet longer, right? And I look at them and I'm like, no, you need to gain some weight. Well, what do you mean I need to gain some weight? I just worked however long they worked with me on really working hard to lose the weight. But I'm not talking about gaining fat. I'm talking about gaining muscle. So the reason I'm putting up these pictures as soon as we get off this call is because I want you to see what muscle gain, 20 pounds of muscle gain. Now, do I have 20 pounds of muscle that I put on in the last 3 years? No, I think it's 2 years. I'll have to look at the dates again, but I'll put the dates and the measurements and everything up. Did I gain completely all muscle? No. I've got some fat for sure. I've definitely got some fat on, but I've gained 19.6 pounds. Okay. And through that, the gaining of the weight, it wasn't just eating Twinkies and sugar and all that, because I still don't do that. I watch my diet, but I eat higher calories. I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of veggies. I eat a lot of fruit, and huge amounts. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I can sit down and eat a 12-ounce steak, no problem. I can just do that. A ribeye, a 12-ounce ribeye is over 1,000 calories. I can put that down quick, and that be most of my meal, and I'll be happy about it. So I'm not a person who has a hard time eating my protein, for sure. But I'm excited to show you because I want you to be able to embrace gaining weight, because I don't want us walking around like stick people. Why? Because it also means that we don't have curves, but some of us don't want curves. But it also means that we don't have muscle, which means as you and I age, and we're all in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and some clients in our 70s, we become weak. With muscle loss comes weakness. I had a client the other day say that her dad couldn't pick up a kitchen chair to move it, to sit on it.
Mm.
You know, I remember my grandmother trying to pick up an 8-gallon pound of milk, just a gallon milk, 8 pounds. She couldn't pick it up to pour it. The problem with that is when we fall and we can't pick our bodies up off the ground. You know, and so these chronic diets that we go on, especially girls from the 80s. We went to school in the 80s. I graduated in 1986. Us ladies, we have been on some massive diets or hunger campaigns almost, right? We have, remember when that was a thing? I'm going on a hunger campaign and I'm not going to eat for however long. They almost went as long as Jesus, right? But you know, that was the thing. I'm going on a hunger campaign and people are like, oh no, you know, and that was our generation. And because of that, and not having resistance training or watching our protein, we are prone to major muscle loss, all of us. And because of the crash diets I went on, I lost major amounts of muscle, major. And so rebuilding my body has taken a lot longer than actually losing the weight. It takes a lot longer to rebuild muscle than it actually does to just restrict your calories and lose weight. So it's a process. So I've been on this journey now for about 3 years of rebuilding muscle, maybe over 3. And now I'm 20 pounds up and I'm ready to shed some weight. And so I'm going to start that on March 15th. And I'm going to take you guys on my journey of losing weight. I'm going to log in my daily weight so you can see that, you know, some of you get upset. Well, my weight today is up from yesterday and I've gained 1 pound or 2 pounds. Did you eat 7,000 extra calories yesterday? Because that's what it would have taken you over your maintenance calories to gain 2 real pounds. No, I didn't do that. As a matter of fact, I stuck right to my calories. And girlfriend, you didn't gain 2 pounds. Maybe the scale says it, but that's not 2 pounds of fat. That might be some water retention. That might be something with your hormones. That might be sore muscles from you working out and your body holding on to fluid because it's got to heal up those muscles and make it stronger. It might be something like that, but it definitely isn't 2 pounds of fat gain in one day. Okay. So, you know, what I want us to do is I want you to take this journey with me as I walk it out with you. I'm going to do my measurements. I'm going to take my pictures, and I'm actually going to weigh in daily, and I'm going to put it here in this group. And I'm going to let you guys see, and I'm going to make a running total of it every month. We can review it because I want you to not feel alone in your journey. So many of you aren't talking to each other, and you're just thinking, this isn't working for me. This is too slow. I'm going to tell you, it goes slow. But here's the thing I had to tell a male client yesterday. It was very hard to hear. He came on our program. He had lost 50 pounds on a appetite suppressant. He had not tracked his calories, but he had been eating this way for a year. He quit losing weight at 50 pounds, and he gained, as soon as he went off the appetite suppressant, though he ate low calorie, he gained 15 pounds back rather quickly. I think he said in a month or 2.
Wow.
And he said, and Wade said, Allie, his weight is not wanting to move. It's barely moved. I don't know what's wrong. And he hadn't told us about his previous diet yet. And so that's why I asked. I said, what was your previous diet like? And yesterday I found out, well, hey, I didn't tell y'all, but I was on a appetite suppressant for a year. And so here's what happened to him. And this has happened to other people that have come on our program from programs like Optavia, I don't, whatever it is, where you buy their supplements and you eat 1 meal a day. And so many of us have chronically underate, or me, like crash dieting, just trying to get the weight off as fast as possible. Here's what happened to him, and here's what's happened to us, and why it's harder for us to lose weight now. Number 1, when we crash diet, we lose muscle. What happens when we lose muscle, ladies? You guys hear me say it all the time. Not only do we become weaker, but we burn less calories sitting around the house or moving. So he's eating less calories. His body still wants to gain weight. Why? His metabolic rate at which he burns calories is very low. And if he continues this, it's going to get lower and his body will continue to consume muscle. And here is the scary thing. He will end up in a nursing home at some point if he does not stop it. And so Wade and I said, okay, buddy, you're going to have to gain some weight. That is the last thing he wanted to hear. He's just gained 15 pounds, but it's not 15 pounds of muscle before he came on. It was most likely 15 pounds of fat. He wasn't doing resistance training. He wasn't making sure that he was getting the right amount of calories in. And he's saying, why can't I lose weight? And the reason why, and the reason most of us are having trouble losing weight at the speed we want to lose it, though a pound a day is not enough for some of us, is because our metabolic rate is down. So flipping it around and gaining weight is a beautiful thing because we can rebuild what we destroyed. So we might have lost some muscle, but there comes a point when we have to stop and say, okay, enough with the low calories. There comes a point, Sharon, when you have to say enough of the low calories. I have clients that leave me because they don't want to raise their calories. They're like, I can't do that. They want to stay on 1,000 calories, 1,100 calories, 1,200 calories. They don't meet their calorie goal with me when they're losing weight. They want it to go faster. And they do not want to raise their calories ever. And it's so scary to me because now I know what happens. Now you end up not being able to take care of yourself 20 years down the road because you're going to need assisted living because you can't lift things or pull out a kitchen chair. Scary, scary things. So while you're on this journey with me to lose weight, my job as a coach who truthfully and honestly does care about you is not to allow you to lose weight as fast as you possibly can, because it's one of the biggest mistakes that you'll make in your lifetime, and especially over the age of 40. So someone who says to you, Allison, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. And if you see that a win, you need to change your mentality. That's a loss. That's a major loss. They did damage to their body. Mm-hmm. And we have to see it that way. So we'll go to these companies because they say, take this suppressant or take this. Now they have the diet shot. Lose weight as fast as you possibly can. This guy lost 45 pounds in 2 months, 60 days, 45 pounds. And we're like, I have people going, man, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. And I'm over here going, holy crap, don't do that. Because you're going to hurt your body so bad. And you know what? Most of those people, because they're afraid to gain weight, will never regain that muscle. They'll never regain it. And they'll continue to lose muscle. And it becomes this process where we got to lose weight. We've got to lose weight. We've got to lose weight. We've got to lose weight. Gaining weight is going to be one of your best friends if it's the right weight. I'm not talking, like I said, about eating Twinkies and potato chips, although you can occasionally. I do. I don't eat Twinkies. I will eat some potato chips. And you can when you're gaining weight because you have an excess of calories. You've got a lot of carbs, a whole lot of them. And so rebuilding that muscle means that you're gaining weight. Are you gaining quickly? No, you have to watch it because it gets fun. And truthfully, you want to go, wow, I got all these calories. What am I going to do with them? And it gets fun and you're just popping things in your mouth. And that gets off track too. So you have to track for a while so you understand. But gaining weight can be, Pam, one of the best things you've ever done in your life if you do it right. I've fallen off the wagon after diets and gained weight. That wasn't the right weight. I just went for it and put on 15 to actually 45 pounds of fat, right? And so what we've got to do is we've got to gain weight the right way. And I want to show you what my measurements did. They went up. And so did my weight, right? Almost 20 pounds. And I'm excited to show you guys these measurements because while I gained 2 inches around my waist, I gained almost 5 inches in the areas of where I wanted to gain muscle. So in my butt, I gained 5 inches. Crazy. In my thighs, which I really didn't want to gain 4 inches, I did. Actually, I think 4 inches in my butt. Sorry about that. 4 inches in my butt, I believe, and 4 inches in my thighs. And I'm like, oh, 4 inches. But everywhere else, I didn't gain as much as I did in my thighs and my butt. But that was my goal, because I had lost my butt in the process of chronic dieting. I had lost my butt. It fell off. And you know what? I dieted it right off. And
Mhm.
so ladies, it's not so I'm going to flip it around on March 15th, which is a Wednesday, and I'm going to flip this thing around and I'm going to start dieting to lose some of this weight. And I want you to see the difference in my body from where I was before I started gaining weight to where I am now after I lose the weight again. Okay. And we'll see how much muscle I've grown, what my measurements are. And I love that I keep track, because I can show you guys some really cool stuff. But I want to encourage you today, and I hope you hear my heart, that losing the fastest weight possible is not good for you. And we have to get it through our heads. That is number one. Number two, gaining weight can actually be very good for you. It just has to be the right weight. It has to be with resistance training, and you have to make sure that you're not eating a whole bunch of crap, but you have a diet that supports muscle growth. And it will transform the look of your body completely and give you that youthful figure that we all want. It gives that back to us. Gaining muscle is what we're missing. So many women say, I want to look toned. And we use this word tone all the time. And they want me to keep the calories low, keep the calories low. They get so skinny. There's still no tone under there. Why? They don't have muscle. If you're skinny and you don't feel like you look toned, you have muscle loss. So to look toned, you have to gain muscle, which means you have to gain some weight. Okay. So I want us all, I hope you hear my heart, and I've said it 15 to 30 times probably on this video. Gaining weight can be one of the best things you've ever done if it is the right weight. Losing weight too fast can be one of the worst things you've ever done to your body and could cause you harm for the rest of your life. We've got to get out of the mentality. We are a weight loss company and a fitness company, but we've got to get out of the mentality that I've always got to lose weight. There comes a point, Stacy and Anne Marie and Molly and Allison and Sharon and Pam, where we say, I'm going to quit the chronic low calories. It is time to fix my metabolism. If you are not losing weight very fast at all and your calories are low, here's what happens. Remember, I said at the beginning, you've killed your metabolic rate. You've killed your metabolism. Chronic dieting, eating low calories for periods at a time, and not rebuilding the muscle that you lost because you didn't want to gain weight, but you did because you killed your metabolic rate. You've killed it. And then you just start gaining weight and you're like, why am I gaining weight? And you eat less to lose the weight. And then you starve yourself almost. And then you lose more muscle. And then you start eating different again. And now you're gaining weight again. It's a process that it's just like this cycle. And we've got to get off the cycle. For us 1980 chicks, it's hard to get off the cycle. But we've got to get off the cycle of, I got to lose weight. 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 Some of us need to hit our maintenance calories and go in the gym and worry about building muscle and just burning fat. And you might think, well, I've got 15 more pounds to go or 20 more pounds to go. If you've been at a low calorie deficit for a long time, it's time to take a break. Some of you have been on a diet a year before you came on with me. Some of you have been on a diet since 1984. Okay. That's the truth. So it's time to get our diet right. Does that mean low calorie all the time? Low calorie doesn't mean your diet is right. Not at all. As a matter of fact, that can mean your life is in danger. Because see, that muscle doesn't only support strength, it supports your body's healing mechanisms as well. So there's so many areas that muscle, it protects your bones if you fall. It does so much for your body. And so we've got to have it. Questions, ladies? Anything you want to talk about?
I just want to add a little insight because everybody's calories are different based on their body types. My calories are a lot lower than a lot of other people's just because of what I've been through and how small boned I am. And it's taken me probably about a year to figure that out about what my weight loss calories are healthily, what my maintenance is, because you and I have talked about before, the trainer I use, she just bumped me clear up to like 1,800 calories a day. That's way too high for me. I felt like I got fat too quick. You know, it just wasn't where I was comfortable. I felt sick every time I had to eat all this food, and it was just too much for my body. So, you know, it takes a while to learn where your body numbers are. And so that's another reason that this is just a lifestyle. It's not a get, you know, fix quick kind of thing. And, you know, you and I talked about just changing my macros around, you upped my carbs, and man, I feel like I'm on a sugar high, and I'm eating just, you know, sweet potatoes and rice and all the good stuff. I don't eat a lot of crap, but my body was just like, yeah, you know, it was loving it just by changing the macros around of the same calories, you know. So I find that like 1450 is a good build, lean, you know, calorie. I got lots of energy and plenty of food. So, you know, just it takes time to figure all that out.
And that's why I tell people when they go on these online calculators and they say, well, for me to lose weight, this online calculator says I need to eat 1,500 calories. That's usually not true. And the reason is because we have muscle loss. And so for us, our BMR, or basically the calories that we need to take in just to lay on a bed and breathe, not even move at all, are much lower because we have less muscle. And so as we have less and less muscle, that calorie goes down. So to lose weight then at a calorie deficit, you know, these online calculators aren't taking into they are not taking into account the fact that we have more muscle loss than we should. And so that means our numbers go lower and lower. But see, that's a cycle, and we keep dropping them and they keep dropping. Our BMR keeps dropping. Our basal metabolic rate keeps going down. And we keep losing muscle, and we keep dropping our calories. And so, yes, and that's where you were. Your BMR was lower than what normally it should be because you had muscle loss. Mine too. And that's why when I thought, oh my gosh, I'm barely eating anything. Why am I gaining weight? It was because my BMR, just to lay on the bed and breathe, is so low because I had such muscle loss.
And I could tell I was keeping my muscle through the loss because, I mean, my legs feel rock hard all the time. You know, they're toned and they're lean. And so I started to feel like I was starting to lose too quick, you know, and I was panicking over that too, because like, I don't want to lose any muscle, you know, I worked too hard to gain it. So, so that it's a definite balancing act. That's why, you know, being in constant contact with you is a good thing, because you kind of bring our brain back down to what reality is, you know, and help us balance that kind of stuff. So it helped a lot.
It is a balance. It's a very delicate balance. And that's what a coach needs to be. I had a lady who said, well, I came on with you to lose or to gain muscle. And she said, but I want to lose weight. And she's worked out for a very long time. And I was like, well, then you got to pick one or the other. You have to either lose weight right now, which means hold on to the muscle you got and burn fat, because you've been working out a while. So it's that, or you need to gain weight and build muscle. And she's like, what? And I said, you have to choose. Well, why did I come on here? Because I want to build muscle and lose weight. And I said, you got to pick. Which are you going to do first? Well, I'm going to lose weight. So she decided that she's going to lose weight for a while, and then she's going to flip it and gain muscle, which means she's gaining weight back. And it's a very hard process to put your mind through, because your brain doesn't, it's like we're not programmed to think that way.
Mhm.
And so it's been very hard on her, and it is most clients. And like I said, I've had clients leave, and they're leaving on their 1,100 or 1,200 calories or 1,300 calories, wherever I put them. And they're staying on those, and they want to stay on them for the rest of their life.
Mhm.
And they're doing harm to their bodies.
I think too, you hit this on one of your other Zoom sessions about intensity when you're trying to build the muscle too. I mean, the level of intensity that those workouts need to be to actually tear that muscle down to repair it, it's pretty intense. I mean, you need to be burning, hurting, can't do another thing. That's the intensity level you need to get that muscle to grow. And a lot of people just, they don't see that. They don't know that. So that takes time to learn too.
That is true. We have, if you are lifting 10 pounds and 6 months later, you are lifting 10 pounds, you were doing 10-pound or 20-pound squats, and 6 months later, you're doing 10-pound, 20-pound squats. Guess how much muscle you've built over the last 6 months?
Mhm.
None.
Yep.
So progressive overload is a thing we've talked about in the past. Progressive overload means you are pushing yourself. So when I go into the gym, how did I get stronger? I started out with a bar across my back, which I felt like I was going to fall down backwards with. It weighed 45 pounds to try to do a squat. And like I said, I only got maybe this far, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going down because that was so heavy for me. And now it's so different. That feels like, I can't believe it's 45 pounds. I'm like, this feels like 10 pounds, 5 pounds.
Mhm.
And it's so different. So now I've done a 250, 270 pound squat,
Mhm.
and leg presses. I've done almost 600 pounds on leg presses. I remember when I sat down on a leg press and the 45-pound machine came down on my legs, I thought, I'll never push this up. And that was just a few years ago. But to build muscle, you have to push yourself past
Mhm.
that point,
Mhm.
or you don't grow muscle.
Mhm.
And that's just the way it is. You have to keep track of, am I pushing myself? Am I really pushing myself? You got to focus on form.
Mhm.
Once again, you got to keep yourself safe, or you'll be put out of the gym for 6 or 8 weeks or longer.
Mhm.
So you got to keep on top of form. And I realize this video is going long and we're talking about a bunch of stuff, but yes, you have to increase your calories. And like Pam said, it's not just increasing them. You have to increase what you're doing in the gym. You need to go hard, go big or go home, because you've got to use those calories to help you rebuild your body.
Mhm.
And that's what they're for, to help you rebuild your body and help you rebuild your metabolism.
Mhm.
All right, ladies, we are out of here. Anne Marie, you've got some cute grandkids, cuties.
We
And
need.
you
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
look like you could be their mama.
Oh yeah, hands are full. That's why I wasn't on screen at first. I was like, but I did good. I gave them yogurt this morning with what else did they have? Some Nutri-Grain bars. So, and they wanted something in the yogurt, so I did grab some fun colored Fruit Loops. But
That's all right. She's trying to get her grandkids to eat better. What
Yeah.
were you going to say, Sharon?
We need to wish Molly a happy birthday.
Molly, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Was it yesterday, Molly?
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday. That's awesome. Ladies, you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to put this video up in the group. I'm also getting ready to put my 20-pound weight gain pictures in the group. All right. We'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.
Make your coaching calls. Make your coaching
Bye.
calls. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.